What's up, guys? Justin Morgan here, and this is the final installment of the Principles of Dieting series based off the chart by Renaissance Periodization run by Dr. Mike Israetel and Nick Shaw, and I am just sharing some of my personal recommendations based on that chart. So these do not necessarily reflect the views of Dr. Mike Israetel or Nick Shaw. They are simply my own opinions or statements based off principles of dietetics or practice, what's considered best practice in dietetics, or off general research, which, obviously Renaissance Periodization's information is based off research as well, and my own personal insights and opinions. So this is the least significant thing to contributing to overall fat loss or muscle growth, and that would be the topic of supplements. And there are only a very few supplements that I would recommend you take in given scenarios. Those supplements very quickly are, and some of them might surprise you, but remember that this is only 5%. It's only less than 5%. It's a very small percentage of what will actually affect muscle growth or fat loss. But the standout ones would be vitamin B12, vitamin D, supplements, possibly a protein powder, caffeine, and possibly a carbohydrate supplement. So I am going to discuss scenarios where those 5 different supplements might come into play for you. If you do not get enough vitamin B12 from your diet, then B12 would be a good one to include. I think generally most people, whether you are a vegan or not, should include some type of B12, and I'm not going to go into a huge amount of discussion on that because the video would be 20 minutes long. But just suffice to say that I think those are good scenarios. Those are scenarios where most people should take vitamin B12 supplement. Vitamin D, if you are not in a situation where you get good exposure to the skin exposure, so if you walk outside and you're wearing a business suit, you're probably not getting a lot of vitamin D exposure or sun exposure to your skin producing vitamin D, so that would not count. But other than that, if you get, you're going out to the beach a few times a week and hanging out, you have your shirt off, you're probably getting a lot of exposure, so vitamin D supplements would be silly for you in that case. In the second video, I talked about macronutrients. So part 2, I discussed protein intakes, and there were some scenarios where high-level athletes would do really well with higher amounts of protein to where it may not be pleasant or effective to get those from the diet. So in that case, including a protein supplement would be beneficial to help you facilitate you doing that. Number 4, I mentioned caffeine. I personally, when I drink coffee or something like that in recent times, I actually have a difficult time sleeping at night, even if I take it early in the morning. So I really personally do not care for this one. However, the research does seem to affect that most people will have a beneficial effect from taking from drinking things like coffee that are caffeinated beverages prior to training. So even though it is my personal viewpoint that may have some negative effects overall on training stimulus, the research does seem to indicate that it also has many positive effects. So for me, they have been negative. For you or for some high-level athlete that is using those types of things like stimulants, it may be good. So I can't really shrug off what the research says because it doesn't fit my opinion. So I'll leave it at that. And then the last one would be carbohydrate supplements such as Gatorade and things like that. Now, obviously, I am a big fan of high carbohydrate diets, as my channel name would indicate. But in this case, if you are following a lower carbohydrate diet where you are going into training already depleted, then having an intra-workout or in the middle of your workout having some type of carbohydrate supplement, Gatorade would be, or Pedialyte would be good examples of a carbohydrate supplement. Waxy Maize is another one that I don't have a lot of experience with, but nevertheless, there it is. And so those are just a few ideas. I don't personally use those either, as I do generally follow a higher carbohydrate diet, so my glycogen stores are probably very full on a regular basis. And when I train, I only train once a day, if that. So I usually train, right now I'm currently training 6 days a week. 4 of those are lifting days, and 2 of them are kind of smaller accessory days where I do like bodybuilding type stuff. And that's about it. So hope you guys have enjoyed this series. It has not gotten the amount of views that I would have thought it would. Most of the videos that I produced on my channel that I just thought were kind of fun little videos ended up getting thousands of views, whereas one where I shared a lot of in-depth information ended up not getting, even 100 views. So it's kind of interesting to see what people watch. But that's it for today. You guys take it easy, and I will talk to you in the next video.